my name is Martin and welcome to Octo Inkjet. We are now going to do a video on how to install a waste kit on the Epson P50. Right, the actual kit itself is a Solo Plus. By Solo Plus I mean it's a single tube waste kit. So you come with a single barb, I'll show you that, connector. Tank itself is 180ml. It comes with a valve which opens automatically when you connect the tube part on, like so, and closes again whenever you remove it. That's all you need to really know about the waste kit, except obviously the lid needs to be on at all times. Right, in terms of accessing and adjusting this particular printer, you will notice that the printer has a access hatch right in the back here, just there. In order to access this, there's a little catch in the back. Earlier models would have a screw or something similar which you then had to unscrew to be able to remove this. In this case, something like a flathead screwdriver, I'm using an awl to be honest, will allow you to lift the catch up and remove the trapdoor, like so. Once you've actually removed the trapdoor, you will then find, I'm just going to pop this on here so you can see slightly better, you will then see a waste tube inside. That's the grey thing running from left to right. This is the connection point or the end that you're going to be releasing to then connect to our waste tube. First thing to do is release this tube. So as I said, I'm using an awl. You will find that invariably you need something just to gently run around the edge like so to get it off this plastic nipple that's located inside, and then gently, and I do mean gently, slide it. It won't come initially because it's essentially it welds itself on to start with. As you can see, a little bit of persuasion, and that is now free. Right, in terms of actually installing your waste tube, what you have here is your barbed end tube. You see, just there, it's a little barb at the end. That actually helps secure the tube and hold it in place so it won't pull off easily. Right, so what you do, carefully push this into your original waste tube, just gently ease that on so it's just over the barb, like so. You don't need to push it all the way on, but that effectively creates your extension tube so everything's connected. You don't want to be leaving the waste tube free like this, because if you were to pull this now, or somebody was to catch the waste tank, what would happen is you would pull this tube off the pump. You'd probably even break the pump. This is definitely not a good idea. Your next job is to modify your trapdoor so that this tube can exit safely while retaining this particular piece on the inside. Right, this is a trapdoor that I've just modified to allow the tube out. Now the trick here, to be honest with you, is ensuring that the tube exits cleanly without folding or crimping in a way that stops ink flowing out. So this can be a little bit tricky. If your printer is out of warranty and you want to make your life an awful lot easier, you could actually cut the tube around about here and then put the barb on. That way it would actually be within the printer and the tube and would actually exit cleanly somewhere around about here. This is a brand new printer and I really don't want to be doing something similar, even though, to be honest, it's more than a little bit obvious that we've obviously modified this now. What you do, once you've got your hole, you've made sure everything else is nice and clean going through, you now put your trapdoor back on like so. As you can see, that now exits nice and cleanly out through this side. Okay, that effectively is the end of the installation. Obviously you still want to be connecting up your waste tank and finalising everything off. Key thing to remember is this clamp here needs to be off. If it's clamped shut, no ink is going to go through. It's going to be exactly the same as having a fold. So that needs to be open. This needs to be on nice and tight. Tank needs to be attached obviously, and there needs to be a vent hole. Now these all should have one, but occasionally we get one or two slip through, so it's worth checking just to be on the safe side. This needs to be firmly added on, and if you want to place your tank around here, you can do. The key thing to remember is don't do it so that it then folds like that, because if you have something like that, the ink is not going to flow. So that's it, the Epson P50 waste ink kit installation. If you have any questions, just drop us a line and we'll do what we can to help. Thanks a lot. Hi, this is Up Between Check. Start again.